To do Tadasana, mountain pose, come to your mat and root down through your feet. Press down into the big toe mounds, back to the inner heels, up to where the little toes meet the balls of the feet, and then the outer heels. Spread your toes so you have some nice space there, and you root down strongly into your feet. Lengthen your tailbone down toward the floor and reach the crown of the head up toward the ceiling. Your shoulders slide up a little bit and then move back. The shoulders should come out from the base of the neck. Your palms can face toward your thighs or slightly forward. Take some nice slow breaths here in this mountain pose. For Warrior II pose, take a wide stance so your feet are about 4 feet apart, or so your ankles are under your wrists with your arms out to the side. Your left foot turns in, your right foot turns out. Press into your feet, take a breath in, and on your exhale, take a deep bend in that right knee. Your knee is over your ankle, your thigh parallel to the floor. You're rooting strongly into both feet, and you can gaze over your right fingers, or you keep that gaze facing forward. Both thighs press back, and your feet press down. Take some slow breaths here. Press down into your feet and straighten your leg. Turn your feet forward and then switch directions. That right foot turns in and the left foot turns out. With your exhale, take a deep bend in that left knee. The knee is over your ankle, thigh straight across. Your tailbone lengthens toward the floor and the crown of the head up toward the ceiling. Both arms equal height away from the floor. You breathe slowly in the pose, and on the exhale, you might be able to bend just a little deeper into your knee. Keep breathing. Press down into your feet, straighten that leg, arms come down, turn your toes forward. Stand in Tadasana, mountain pose, and bring your arms straight out in front of you. Slide your left shoulder up and back and lift that left arm. As you lift your arm, turn your little finger in slightly. Keep your shoulder back and your shoulder blades close together on your back. You take a breath there and then slowly lower that arm, keeping the shoulder back and the shoulder blades close. Lift the right shoulder, move it back, and then slowly lift that arm. And again, as you're lifting, the little finger turns in slightly. And you keep the shoulder back and the shoulder blades close. You keep breathing and some space between the chin and the chest. And then lower that arm. So that again, both arms are out in front. And then let your arms come down. For Parsvakonasana, take your feet about 4 feet apart, or so your ankles are under your wrists. Left foot turns in, right foot turns out. Take a deep bend in that right knee and bring your right forearm to your right thigh. Press strongly into your left foot and engage your legs and your lower belly. And bring your right hand down behind your right ankle on the floor for a block. Bring your left arm out in front. Move your shoulder back and slide your arm over your head so that upper arm is next to your cheek. And as you're pressing strongly into your left foot, you're lengthening all the way out through the crown of your head, through your fingers, and you're turning open from your lower belly. Take some nice slow breaths here. Press into your feet and come on up. Let your arms come down and turn your toes forward and switch directions. The right foot turns in, left foot turns out. Take a deep bend in your left knee. Left forearm comes to your left thigh. Right foot presses down, muscles of the legs engage, and you bring that left hand down to a block or the floor behind your left ankle. Your right arm comes out in front. You plug that shoulder in and slide your arm overhead, upper arm next to your cheek. And you're pressing into your right foot and lengthening out through the crown of the head, through the fingers, and you turn open from your lower belly. Take some nice slow breaths here. Press into your feet, come on up. Let your arms come down and bring your legs together. Stand in Tadasana, feet sit bone width apart. Inhale, bring your arms overhead, shoulder blades slide down, interlace your fingers, pointer fingers reach up. Root into your feet and bend to the right. Both feet press down equally and you're lengthening out through the sides of the body. Press into the feet, inhale, and come back up to center. And as you exhale, bend to the left. Both feet press equally into the floor, and you're lengthening out through the sides of the body. Keep that breath steady and some space between the chin and the chest. Press into your feet and come on up to center. Release your hands and let them come down. Trikonasana, you take that nice wide stance again, and you might even have to go a little bit wider. Inhale and bring your arms out to the side. Turn your left foot in and your right foot out. Press strongly into your feet, and as you inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, lower your right fingers in the direction toward the floor behind that right leg. You may use a block to just raise the floor and make it more comfortable for you in this pose. You might also have to take your left foot a little further away from your right foot to allow yourself the space to open up. As you press into your feet, you're dragging them towards each other to feel the engagement in the inner thighs and the legs up to the center of the body. And you root stronger into your feet, lengthen the tailbone and crown of the head away. Breathe slowly. Press down, inhale, come up and turn your toes to face forward, your arms down. With your inhale, bring your arms out to the side, turn your right foot in and your left foot out. With your next exhale, let your left fingers come down to the floor or a block behind your left leg. You're being careful not to lock the left knee. There's a softness behind that knee. As you press into your feet, you do the action of dragging your feet towards each other so you feel strong and lifted through those legs. And as you root back into your feet, you lengthen the tailbone and the crown of the head away from each other. You're turning from that lower belly to help you to open up, and your upper body is in line with your lower body. Take some nice slow breaths here. Press down into your feet and come on up to a standing position. Let your arms come down and turn your toes forward. Hands to the hip creases, turn the toes forward and hinge at the hips to fold. Fingers can come down to the floor or to the blocks. If you need to just lift the floor because the hamstring muscles are tight, you bring the blocks under your fingers. You might have to turn them up higher so that you're not feeling a strain in the back of your legs. You want to feel a stretch, but not too much of a stretch. You keep the muscles of the legs strong. and you come to the place where you're getting that stretch and it's not too intense. If you could bring your fingers down to the floor, that's fine. Keep your spine long, the muscles engaged, and you're letting the center of the chest bring you down rather than pulling down through your head. Press into your feet, hands to the hips, and come on up to stand. Bring your legs together and just take a couple breaths.